like, everybody got to know about the IUL. Everybody got to know about saving money. You mean to tell me we could save money and never lose? You couldn't get me to shut up. I wanted everybody to know about these products. And because the passion in me and the excitement in me and the hunger in me, I guess people just felt it and was curious and also wanted to know, what is this all about? And I was just setting up appointment and putting people in front of my trainer. So you guys today have it so much more easier because number one, we're on Zoom. Back then, we used to go into people's homes. Because if we're waiting for them to come to the office, that's a lot of excuse we were getting. So we would make it easier for them and go to their homes. You know how many homes I've been in Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, New Jersey, the Bronx? I didn't even know anything about the Bronx. I'm a Brooklyn girl. And I'm all over the borough going into people's homes. I paid my dues. I was in people's house eating all kind of food because I didn't want to be rude and say, no, I'm eating African food. I'm eating Jamaican food. I'm eating Asian food. I'm eating the Haitian food. Like, I'm like a melting pot of everything, just like trying to gel with people, right? Gel with people. I would remember going into people's homes, even like 11 o'clock, midnight. I'm still in somebody's house at midnight because we would have, my trainer didn't live in Brooklyn. My trainer lived in the Bronx. And so he would tell me, okay, if I'm going to come to Brooklyn or we're going to go to Long Island or we're going to go to New Jersey, let's stack up a couple of appointments. So if I'm running with you today, we're going to go see 4, 5, 6, 7 families. And if we were running behind, we would have to call the other family and say, hey, we're running behind. So I had a lot of midnight hours. I burned a lot of midnight oil being in people's home. And they were so grateful. And this is why I will always say there's going to be a lot of millionaire babies that's going to thank me. Maybe one day when I get older, when I'm in a nursing home, somebody's going to come up and say, you know what, Odetta, because you sat with my parents, because you educated them, because they opened something called IUL, there was money there for me to go to law school. There was money there for me to go to medical school. Or I don't know, I might go to the DMV and somebody that I'm going to strike up a conversation with, and they're going to do me a favor because I helped them inadvertently, or I helped their parents put a strategy in place, which the blessing roll over to them, right? So guys, do not take this business lightly. This business, I always say, is going to change not only your life, but unborn generation life. And so tonight, let's talk about business planning for success. All of us that are here have an opportunity to be stone cold wealthy. Stone cold wealthy. Guys, we can't even see it. Like, we just came back, well, not just, December 4th, Ken and I, we were at Fridge Tolly in some part of California, I forgot the name, Pebble Beach, and they made us do the math. He showed us the formula. Guys, anybody that comes into WFG is a billionaire in the making. The blueprint is there. The numbers are there. The formula is there. This is like you're opening a McDonald's. Do you ever see a McDonald's going out of business? The formula is there for all of us to be successful. But guess what? Some will, some won't. How bad do you want to win? So let's talk about the heights of your success. It's going to be determined by the depth. How bad do you want to win? How bad do we want to win? What gets you out of bed every morning? What keeps you up at night? Who or what are you fighting for? What are your whys? That's going to make you cry. Again, how bad do you want to win? Some people don't want it bad enough. And that's why you'll see people come into this business and leave this business. If it was very easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not supposed to be easy. If the reason is strong enough, we're going to find a way to win. So I want to challenge you. There's plenty of studies that say you gotta write it down. Write it down. Be specific. Read it out 2 times per day. So when I first started back in 2017, Michelle had me do an exercise, write down my goals. 10 things. 10 things. I still have that sheet of paper today. I hit 8 of them. Write it down, guys. Even if you don't see it right now, even if you don't know how it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Write it down, have faith, go to work. But we got to be committed. Are you serious about reaching your goals and dreams? Would you agree that you need to make more money? Everybody needs to make more money, right? Everybody does. Today in my class that I teach, one of the things that we do at St. John is every semester we have to find outreach and give back to the community, right? We have to find whether it's a youth service or feeding the homeless or something to give back to the less fortunate. That's going to require money, right? And if we don't have extra to give anybody, how are we really impacting and helping other people? If we just have enough for ourselves, right? Do you have to learn the business and get trained to make more money? Of course. I say it all the time. This business is a knowledge business. We got to learn. There's people that come here with a finance degree and they've never learned this, right? Like any business, it's important to have business hours. So you guys that are non-licensed, Wednesday is your business hours. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Once you become licensed, you're going to be in on the Tuesday. And I'm still going to tell people that even if you're licensed, still come on the Wednesday. Why? Reputation. If you don't know how to do these webinars, if you don't know how to articulate the message, if you still dependent on your trainer to do a presentation, whether it's a recruiting presentation, a membership, a product, we still got to keep learning, right? And of course, like Vanna said, Monday is the only time you guys will have access to Johnny. I'm fortunate that I still have access to him on X-Wave. But even me, I got to earn that right. I got to earn my position to stay in X-Wave to have access to him. And Vanna is right. A lot of multimillionaires in WFG, they're not going to be training every week, 2 or 3 times a week. No, they may train higher level once a month to their key people, and their key people go filter out the information. But the fact that he is so committed to teach us Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and he's the one making 1.5 million and he's still showing up. I was mad myself. Let's talk about attendance. 90% of winning is showing up. I tell my students that all the time. You gotta show up. At least you stand a chance if you show up, right? 90% is winning is showing up. All the people that we see, Usain Bolt and all these athletes and celebrities, do you think they didn't like practice their script, or they just showed up whenever they wanted to show up to make a movie, right? Or they just show up whenever they want to show up to practice? I mean, we just had the Super Bowl. You think those guys just show up whenever they want to or whenever they feel like? And they're going to win the Super Bowl? No way, right? Same thing here, right? So Wednesdays for non-licensed, this is where you learn business development, mentoring, coaching, mindset of an entrepreneur, the product, the system trainings, right? The 5 module, who we are, what do we do, how big the need is for financial education. There's people with money. I'm rolling over $1 million account annuity and they don't know nothing. All they knew, they worked very hard and they socked away a lot of money in taxable account, in tax deferred account. And now they're ready to access the money. They're realizing, holy moly, about 40-50% is going to go to Uncle Sam. Doctors, lawyers, they're making big money, but they don't know anything about financial education. Right? They're relying on professionals. So we're going to learn business ownership, setting a business plan, financial foundation, wealth accumulation, income protection. I tell people all the time, worst case scenario, even if somebody come here for membership to just learn about finance, they paid $125, lifetime access. As a member, you're gonna learn more here about money, entrepreneurship, business, and finance than going to school. $125. St. John is not cheap. NYU is not cheap. Kingsborough is not cheap. We don't have anything at any of those three schools for $125. $125. You spend $125 here and you could learn all this information that you will never ever learn at Ivy League schools. Even if they're studying personal finance, which most schools are not offering personal finance. They're offering finance for business. So yeah, they're gonna we're equipping our students to go get a 6-figure paying job, but how are they managing that 6-figure check? Right? We gotta show up. We're in the era right now where it's so much easier. It's on Zoom. Can't get any easier, guys. It's on Zoom. Without training, it's going to be harder for you to get licensed. Without training, it's going to be harder for you to know what to say to even get an appointment. Without training, it's going to be hard for you to learn the products, to learn the financial education. Without training, it's going to be harder to recruit, whether a business partner or somebody as a member, to come and learn what we're doing over here. Because that's how I started. I never was recruited to do the business. I was recruited to come and learn about money, to come and get help with my finance. And because I started attending the training and the webinar, I'm like, wait a minute, if I'm a professor and I don't know this stuff, why don't I just get the license and teach it? I'm already teaching, right? Without trainings, it's going to be hard to run the system because you don't know what the system is, right? Without training, it's going to be harder to stay focused. Out of sight, out of mind. If you're not checked in, if you're not plugged in, out of sight, out of mind. You tapped out, right? Without trainings, it's going to be harder to succeed, period. Forget making money. It's going to be harder to succeed. Because how do we make money here? We help families. That's how we make money. We help families. If you can't help a family, you're not going to make any money, right? And we want to work with commitment, not potential. Because there's a lot of people that are smart. There's a lot of people that have potential, but are they going to be committed? Are they going to be committed to show up? Are they going to be committed to work? Are they going to be committed to learning? So, before we educate you guys or families out there, we must educate ourselves first. This is why I love to tell people I started as a member. I came on here to learn about money and get help with my own money. And when they showed me the IUL, and I was like, wait a minute, this is how much interest I could get, more than the bank? Forget about the life insurance. I don't care about the life insurance. Like, to me, back then, life insurance was like, you get it for burial. But like, that went over my head. I was just so flabbergasted about the interest because I love saving money, right? And the fact that I could never lose money, those two things stood out to me like a sore thumb. Because you see, I'm one of those employees that was stacking my 401k. I was putting the most and the maximum because I love saving. But I was also that employee that would call Jason. Jason knows me very well. When I call Jason, it's not a pretty conversation. Why did I lose money? Oh, he would say the stock market went down. You're going to be okay. The stock market went down. That never sat with me. It never sat well with me. So I came on to learn about money so I could make sure that my finances are in order. So before we can go out and educate others, are you saving money? Are you investing money every month? Listen, even when I was unemployed, I was taking my unemployment check and saving $20. $20. I'm saving something, right? And where are you saving? Because guess what? We learn here in WFG, it's where you're saving the money. Because if you're saving the money in the bank, earning 0%, or you're saving the money in the stock market, losing every couple of years, or you're saving the money under your mattress, you ain't gonna build wealth. And another thing that we learn here, compound interest. Never even heard about it before. Why would I hear about it? Who's teaching us this stuff, right? And how your money is being taxed. Nobody's teaching this information. We're happy to get a raise, but we don't know what's going to happen on the tax end, right? How is our money being taxed? And do you have the knowledge to invest your money? Oh, that's a good one, boy. Do we have the knowledge to know how to invest? Because there's a lot of people getting duped. A lot of people losing money in investment. A lot of people making horrible decisions. I remember one time us driving to Connecticut. We went to see a restaurant owner. And we're thinking, damn, he's going to have a lot of money to put in the IUL annuity. And we happy. We driving all the way to Connecticut. Boy, we were in for the shock of our life. They made money and they invested it and they were broke. They made money, they invested it, and they were broke. Their restaurant was running on deficit and credit and loan. They were broke. Okay? We don't know how to invest. They don't teach us this stuff. So, let's talk about the 3 rules of money. You guys are going to always hear this. Why? We lead with education. Everything first starts with education. And some of you may want to take shortcut and jump to whatever, but I don't know, right? It's going to be easy for the people to cancel later on if they don't understand why. 3 rules of money is important. If they don't know how the money is compounding, if they don't understand taxes, if they don't understand investment options, it might be easy for them to cancel their policy or cancel their product. Because somebody else may come and tell them something else. So this is why we lead with education. And I'm going to keep saying it. If you don't know how to articulate or present our message and crusade for financial education, more of a reason why you want to keep coming on these webinars, coming on these training. Because someday you're going to be the one training it. I never thought I would be training. Someday, you guys are going to be training it. So the more you learn, the more you're going to earn. Because guess what? The new people are going to come to you. The new people are going to come to you to train them. You're going to be the one field training them. You're going to be the one helping close an account or bring a new business partner on board. So, your first 30 days, don't play with it. Don't complicate it, right? We always tell you guys, run through the chapters. Make sure you run through the chapters and focus on the multiple choice question. At the end of every chapter has 15 questions. You're not going to know everything. You're not going to understand everything. You just need to pass it, even if it's exact 70%. Everything else you're going to learn in the field. Just get the license. Don't complicate it, right? It's like you go to medical school, just pass enough because you're going to learn everything in the hospital, right? In the field is where you're going to learn most of it. So in your first 30 days, hurry and get your license. Register for the pre-license course on Excel solution and start studying. Practice those tests. Practice the multiple choice over and over until you pass it. Go to the next one. Watch the videos, read if you want to read, scan it, and just get to the multiple choice questions. And when you get to the very end, that's where you're going to spend most of your time. The simulation, the prep review, the prep exam, that's where you're going to be spending most of your time, right? And also take advantage of the boot camp. When I first started, we didn't have boot camp. Now I get it. Some people are used to studying by themselves. And if you're somebody like that, God bless you, that's good. And some of us, we need to be in a group setting. To each his own. Just go pass the license. And when you pass the license, you're going to make your first $1,000. Your first $1,000. Listen, my first paycheck was $266. And it's the best $266. I wish I had screenshotted. I think I probably do. You know why? I made $266 in 15 minutes. Child, I made $266 in 15 minutes. I called my mom. I was like, oh my God, Mom, this stuff is so easy. And I didn't do anything but bring the people to my trainer. And my trainer did everything. And I just sat back there and watched everything. Did a lot of field training, right? I remember going on appointments to people home. And every time I leave somebody home, I would call my mom in the beginning stage. I'd be like, Mom, I just made $5,000. Mom, I just made $2,000. Mom, I just made $3,000. I was like, Mom, this thing feel like drug. Like, is it so easy? Like, I wish I was doing this more longer as opposed to 18 years in corporate sales. Like, why wasn't I recruited earlier? Why did I waste 18 years in corporate America making millions for my hotels? Had I had that 18 years here, boy, my life would have turned out a lot better. So I say that with a grain of salt. Why wasn't I recruited earlier? This is why we got to give people the opportunity, because there's a lot of people that are looking for opportunities. Why was I not recruited earlier? I'm mad. Why didn't somebody tell me about this business? Somebody is out there saying that too. Somebody's out there looking for an opportunity. So open your mouth. Share this with people. Tell people about this opportunity. And if you don't know how, get in touch with your trainer so we could teach you the script. All you got to do is set up the appointment and we'll do the rest. Right? So the license, again, it's a 10-day study guide. Most of us, we're just focusing on life only. Life only is about what? 5 days? Right? Don't complicate it. When we say 2 to 3 weeks, 30 days maximum. 2 to 3 weeks is good enough. I'm recruiting a new girl next week. Well, she's not really new. Well, yeah, she is new to the company, right? She's a teacher. I said, listen, Jay, you're going to eat this up in 1 week. So guess what? She said, Odetta, school is closed next week. I'm going to start studying next week. I'm going to give myself 1 week to knock it out. 1 week to knock it out. Because school is closed. And I got to get it within that 1 week. Because once school opened back, I'm busy. I got 3 schools I'm running. I said, okay, Jay, let's go. 1 week is more than enough. So make sure you're attending the boot camp. Right? Now, when you do get your license, do you want to be a business owner or a licensed agent? What are the difference? We're going to talk about the difference. As a licensed agent, you're self-employed. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you're an entrepreneur. Licensed agent, you're exchanging your time for money. So on the days you don't sell or open a policy, you don't make money. You're exchanging your time. If you get sick, if you go on vacation, no money. As a business owner, you're exchanging other people's time. This is why we want to recruit. This is why we want to build a team. Because if I could have 10 Odettas running around here, child, it's a beautiful day in heaven, okay? 10 Odettas, 10 beasts. Listen, okay? As a licensed agent, you're going to be more sales driven, sales focused. As a business owner, you're more focused on building the system, on running the system, right? Licensed agent, your active income. You work, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. Business owners, we have levels to this game. Passive income. If I have 10 Odettas running around here and all of them are beasts, all of them hungry, all of them focused, all of them running their business, that's 10 streams of income for OdettaKing.com. So think of a business owner like a real estate agency. If you're the broker of that real estate agency and you have 10 licensed real estate agents, when those 10 real estate agents go out and sell or rent a home, the broker gets a percentage of all 10 agents. Passive income, right? So there's nothing wrong if you want to be self-employed, active income, or you want to build a business and become an entrepreneur with passive income, right? You decide to which one you want to go for or whichever one you want to do. There's no right, there's no wrong, to each his own, right? You have choices. Now, as a business owner, right, make sure that you guys have a saving strategy. Every business partner that come into this business, you want to set up a saving strategy, right? You also want to make sure you, not only that you get a business partner, you have a saving strategy, but they should be accomplished in your first 7 days. That's what we call 117. Somebody come in today, we make sure we help them get protected with a saving strategy. We make sure we help them get a new business partner in 7 days. 117. So the information that we're going to share with them can be done face to face, or it can be done on Zoom, which is still kind of face to face, right? This is why we say when we're doing presentation, everybody has to show their camera, because I got to make sure I'm talking to who I'm talking to, right? Share your camera. Number 2, there's really never no pressure to recruit anybody or to make them a client. All we're doing is sharing information, and they decide if it's for them or it's not for them. That's going to help you with your training. And whenever that person is ready, they know who to come to because they know what you do. Closed mouth don't get fed, right? Closed mouth don't get fed. I'll be damn mad if one of my family members go get an IUL somewhere else and they say, well, Odetta, I didn't know you do IUL. Or I'll be damn mad if one of my family member or friends say, oh, I didn't know you sell life insurance. Oh, I didn't know you did college planning. Oh, I didn't know you do well. And they went and give the sale to somebody else. No. Closed mouth don't get fed. They got to know what you do. So sometimes you may sit with a client and you may share the opportunity with them, and they may not do anything, but that's okay. You did something. You're better in your skills. You're sharing the opportunity. Now, what they do with it, it's on them. They can't say they don't know now because they got the information. And whenever they're ready, they're going to come back to you, right? No pressure. No pressure. We're just sharing information. The choice is theirs. If they don't make a decision, that's on them. We already know this information. We already got strategies for ourselves, right? So, step 1, who we are, right? Step one is who we are, what we do, and the need for family. If you don't know to do this basic presentation, this is why you need to keep attending training. This is why you need to set up a couple of appointments with your trainers so you could see this over and over and over until you can do it by yourself, right? The more you learn, the more you earn. Because someday you're going to be trading this and doing this for your new business partner. Then, if we do that, this is what's going to happen to your business. Make sure that you're setting up appointments. You're calling people. The phone call process is simple. It's a 3-step process. When you call somebody, after making chit chat, how are you? What's going on? Yada, yada, yada. How's the dog, cat, husband, work, whatever, right? Step 1, you're going to ask for their availability. Don't call and say, oh my God, it does life insurance, or I could help you with college planning, or I could help you with your retirement. No. Ask for their ability. Girl, what are you doing tomorrow at 4 o'clock? What are you doing on Sunday at 3 o'clock? What are you doing Monday at 2? Be specific. What are you doing on XYZ date and time? What are you doing tomorrow at 6 o'clock? What are you doing Friday at 4 o'clock? Be specific. So you're going to ask for their availability and you're going to be specific. Step 2, tell them you want to share something important and you prefer to do it face to face. So, hey girl, what are you doing tomorrow at 4 o'clock? Nothing. Why? Or if they say, I'm busy, I'm doing something. Okay, pivot to the next date. If they say they're busy, pivot to the next date. If they say nothing, why? That's good. Great, because I want to share some information with you. Life-changing information, and I prefer to do it on Zoom because, you know, everything is on Zoom right now. You could stay in your house, right? Be real comfy, and it's just going to take about 30 minutes on Zoom. I want to share some information with you. And then step 3, confirm the appointment. Okay, girl, I'll talk to you later. So I'll send you the Zoom code, check your text. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. 3 step. Some of you need to probably take a screenshot of this because that's the first thing you need to master. Setting up appointment. Set up appointment. I got the gift of the gag. So in the beginning, I was running my mouth, but it worked for me. I was running my mouth. But it worked for me because you see, I was already on social media talking about money. I was already on social media talking about stacking your coins. Don't drop your coins. You got to save your money. You got to invest. You got to do this. You got to do that. So because they already know that's my MO, when I'm calling you like, listen, girl, I'm going to put you onto this money. We saving this money. We investing this money. We're not losing this money. So I was running my mouth. But that worked for me because I got the gift of the gag. If you don't got the gift of the gag and you're now starting out, keep it simple with this 3-step approach. Hey girl, what are you doing tomorrow at 4 o'clock? Nothing. Why? Listen, girlfriend, I want to share some information with you. It is life-changing and we're going to do it over Zoom. 4 o'clock, good? Yes, great. I'm going to text you the link. I'll see you on Zoom tomorrow and make sure you look presentable, have your camera on, right? Just set up the appointment. Don't go into details. And whatever you guys do, please don't ever say life insurance because there is a big negative connotation with life insurance. Please do not ever tell people you do life insurance. So one of the colleges that I teach at, they called me this week to do, they read my book, my second book, This Is Why You Broke. The faculty read it, she marked it up, she's highlighted a whole bunch of stuff. She's like, Dad, I got to talk to you. First thing first, we want you to do something for faculty. We started brainstorming some ideas. What's going to be the topic? I said, you know what's going to be the topic? How to build wealth. Let's talk about building wealth. I could have joined the word, let's talk about building wealth using life insurance. If I do that, child, none of those teachers will be showing up. They're like, nah, I already got life insurance. I'm good. Now, let's talk about building wealth, right? Let's talk about building wealth. Do you think you're going to get more people trying to come to this seminar? Let's talk about building wealth versus let's talk about building wealth using life insurance. people don't like that word. They have negative connotation with that word, right? So now you know how to set up the phone call. If they say, what is it? I started something new, or I started with a company, or I started with a firm, and I want to share it with you. That's exactly why I want us to get together, so I can share it with you and give you more details. So, all businesses need to get activity. Activity, activity, activity. If you don't have no activity in your restaurant, if people are not coming to your restaurant, if you're not promoting your restaurant, ain't nobody gonna know about your restaurant. Ain't nobody gonna come into your restaurant. This is a business at the end of the day. You gotta have activities, right? So activities are calling, setting up appointment. Every week, you want to reset yourself and your team. So a lot of step one, a lot of who we are, what we do, how we help families, right? Every week, you want to make sure you're having introduction, step one, appointments. Every week, you want to make sure you're doing your 117, right? One business partner or recruit, one account every 7 days, right? So that's our marketing system. So if you do 117 every 7 days, this is how it looks. You do 117 every 7 days, and before you know it, you have an army, right? And then we give you a gold key, the 117 key to the system. So let's focus on the business. Let us help you become a business owner, not a sales agent. Because again, you don't fish, you don't eat. You want to go to Dubai, you want to go to Jamaica, you want to go Cancun, you want to go wherever, and know that every Tuesday and every Friday, when you log into your WFG portal, you're getting paid. And maybe you didn't open one account, but because you have a lot of business partners and they're running their business and they're making money, but because you brought them in, you're also reaping the benefit for giving somebody the opportunity to also change their life. So if you follow the system as designed in 90 days, you are literally position yourself to earn 100,000. Run the system and the system will grow your business. Very simple steps. Follow these steps to your dreams. Step one, always do your 117. One business partner, one account, 7 days. If you do that, before you know it, you would have done 3-3-30, 3 business partner, 3 accounts in your first 30 days. What does that mean? You just promoted yourself to associate at 45%. You give yourself a raise, not your job. Jobs are not giving a raise right now. They're actually laying off. Google the stats, right? But here it's mind-boggling that your first 30 days, you give yourself your own raise. You don't got to go ask a job, right? So once you hit your 3-3-30, 3 business partner, 3 accounts in your first 30 days, you're now an associate, 45%. You got your license hopefully by then, and you're in position to make more income because you had a 45% contract level. Now, because you got 3 people, the next layer is to do 5-5-30. So if you keep doing 117 and your 3 business partners are also doing 117, or even if all of them don't do it, the goal will be 5-5-30 because you want to build a big business, right? And this is how it looks. 117 turn into 3-3-30, and then with the 3-3-30, that turns into 5-5-30, and before you know it, you're generating a machine. Awesome. And I think that is it, guys. Right? That's my last, second to last slide. So, in closing, never, ever, 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 ever miss a meeting. Listen, even if you're sick, just log in and say, you know what, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to have my camera off. Tune in for that 1 hour. It's so important because it's 1 day a week, right? Communicate with your trainer every day. We say this all the time. Lock arms with your trainer, guys. Use and abuse your trainer. Because guess what? 3 months from now, you're gonna be so solid and independent that you're gonna be flying on your own. And you wanna fly on your own so you could help more people, right? So if you don't have a license date yet, schedule a license date before the end of the week. First thing tomorrow, call PSI and schedule your test date. I don't think there's any more boot camp for this month because we're all flying out to Cali next week. So the next boot camp is probably in March. But don't wait on the boot camp. Study by yourself for the next 7 to 14 days so you could take your exam this month and put yourself in position to start making money come March, right? Set up those 3 appointments in the next 7 days so you could knock out your 1-1-7. 1 business partner, 1 account or saving strategy in the next 7 days. It's totally doable. Go out, help families, learn the business, and if you got your license, stack a whole lot of coins. All right. So with that being said, guys, I will turn it back over to Vane, and we'll see you guys back here next Wednesday because again, we only meet once a week with you guys.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Odeka. That was amazing.